The TEC-9. What's it known for? And here's a little history of why. Keep watching.
The TEC-9 became known as a bad guy's gun. Plagued with reports of unreliability and inaccuracy within the gun community, it just became known as a bad gun. Both of these factors would lead to the evolution and eventually the downfall of the pistol and the company that made it. The company all started back in Sweden. In the early 1980s, the company Interdynamic AB created a firearm known as the Interdynamic MP9. It was designed to be made cheaply, being made out of plastic and stamped steel. The full auto subgun was intended to be for military use, but no one showed much interest. The company decided that they wanted to continue the design, so they made an updated open-bolt semi-auto version known as the KG-9 after opening a subsidiary company in the US. The company, located in Miami, Florida, became known as Interdynamic USA. Pretty soon after the simple blowback firearm was on the market, the ATF stepped in and banned the firearm after only 2,500 were made, stating that it was too easy to convert to fully automatic. KG stands for the company's founders George Kelgern and Carlos Garcia. The company redesigned the firearm to fire from a closed bolt, and it was renamed the KG-99. Around this time, George Kelgern, current founder of Kel-Tec, left the company. Carlos Garcia stepped in and renamed the company Intratec. Soon, the firearm became known as the TEC-9. After that, the firearm started to become seen as a bad thing in the eyes of many. Not only was it used by the bad guys in the TV show Miami Vice, but it started to become used by bad people in real life as well. It was seen used in multiple well-known shootings, including the one at Columbine High School. After the Cleveland School Massacre, the TEC-9 was added to California's list of banned weapons. Garcia was resilient though, and rebranded and renamed the firearm the TEC-DC-9. The DC stood for Designated for California. In 1994, the manufacture of the TEC-9 was officially banned with the assault weapons ban. Still, the company did not give up. The TEC-9 was completely redesigned cosmetically to meet the requirements to not fall into a banned category. Features such as the threaded barrel, barrel shroud, and forward pistol grip were dropped. These were known as the AB-10, which were sold with 10-round magazines, though they could accept the higher capacity ones from previous models. AB stood for After Ban. Time went on, but eventually the company went out of business. They finally dissolved in 2002. The first TEC-9s that were made in 1984 were not too different from the previous KG-9s. The major change would be that the front sight was changed to a simple button sight. Only months after, people were damaging the firearms by shooting +P ammunition in them. To fix that, the previous recoil buffer was replaced with a threaded metal end cap. In 1987, the company went bankrupt after a lawsuit. This is where things started to go wrong with the firearms in terms of reliability. So if you find that you have a model made before 1987, if you use factory magazines and regular old 115 grain ball ammo, you should be fine and you have a good firearm. One of the first changes made was the sights. The button sight was gone and replaced with a spot-welded stamped sight. The TEC-9 remained pretty much the same until about 1991 or 1992, when the pistol became the TEC-DC-9. At this point, the biggest change was the sling points. Instead of 2 on the upper, it was changed to 1 point attached between the upper and lower. After that came the AB-10. So to help you date your TEC-9 a little better, here are those key features listed to help you find the best date range of your firearm. Front button sight was from 1984 to mid-1987. Those are one of the originals. The stamped front sight with 2 sling mounts on the upper were from mid-1987 to 1991 or 1992. A stamped front sight with a single sling mount was from 1991 or 2 to 1994.
Well, if you didn't know, now you know.
Cool. AB-10.
So Misha, may not have been shooting it correctly, so I'll try to shoot it correctly and see if I can get it to cycle.
You're the TEC-9 spurt.
Click, no bang. 5 rounds.